Hello guys. You are on the channel Alice Reddit Stories. Enjoy watching. Yes, exactly, just as the title states. I'm puzzled and devastated. I am so sorry if this is a bit too long. However, it's critical. The problems in our family started after my father passed away last year due to heart failure. My mom and dad got married right after they graduated high school and gave birth to me the following year. They're proud Texans, born and bred. Their marriage was a love story, filled with trust and happiness. When my dad passed away in July last year, it felt like the end of the world. Mom was really devastated. She hardly left the house, lied on the bed all day, and took a long leave from work. My mother is a certified personal trainer, overqualified, and has a lot of experience in that profession. She has worked as a PT for almost 2 decades. Her work primarily involves guiding, helping, and motivating clients to achieve their goals. She has worked at a local gym for the past 2 years, but Mom didn't work for a long period after Dad's passing. She didn't attend work until June this year, so almost a whole year away from work. I was a big factor in her return because I persuaded her and thought it was time for her to return to her normal life again. She went back to work as usual, and as time went on, I found her to be handling Dad's passing much better and not grieving anymore. Then the problems and suspicions began, and it all started one day at the end of June when I was going to pick up my mother from work. She was waiting outside the gym, and with her was a young man I had never seen before. They chatted and giggled. It looked very casual. I picked her up and asked her on the way home who the guy was, and she told me he was a new client of hers. She would be working with him for a while, several training sessions, etc. I also learned that he was a Jamaican exchange student and had recently moved to the area. It happened repeatedly that I saw him with my mother when I would pick her up. I rarely went to the gym, but the times I did, he and Mom were always together. After all, she held training sessions with him where she coached and trained him. He had a flirtatious attitude and seemed a little aggressive during their training sessions. But I had no suspicions at the time, and there were no oddities. My mother is a very attractive woman, and I understand that men might throw a glance or two. I'm a bit protective, though. Mom is a very ambitious and confident person. She's a charismatic person with a good heart, but can also be tough when needed. She hates laziness and irresponsibility. A little over a month later, Mom started coming home later than usual. She told me that she had been ordered to change shifts and would therefore work later hours. She also said that I didn't have to pick her up anymore because she had arranged a ride. I didn't complain because this was a relief to me, but I did begin to doubt a little because she had never worked nights before. She started coming home between 10 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And it was during this period that I noticed that something was not right. Mom came home every time and had already showered and went straight to bed. She had never showered at work before, she always did it at home. She was much happier and in a better mood when she got home, but she looked tired and exhausted. I don't know why, but it felt different. After putting all the pieces together, I've got a clear picture of what's going on. Mom lied about her night shifts. She lied about her late nights out. She spent the last 3 months with her client. What finally put the nail in the coffin was that last Saturday, I saw the guy clearly dropping her off after a night out together, and she lied once again and told me she was with her girlfriends, stressed out and can't stop thinking about this. I feel embarrassed. This is inappropriate. I think Mom's actions and her being with that guy, who's much younger than her, is an insult to Dad's memory and a huge betrayal. What can I do to restore trust between me and my mother, and how do I deal with this disaster? I don't think I have an extremely high sex drive. But we're doing almost nothing at all. Every time I take initiative, he never does. He starts giggling when I touch him, or he just ignores it. He just doesn't seem interested. He barely kisses me as well. And when he does, it feels like he's kissing a friend or his sister. Where is the passion? I've tried to talk to him about this a few times now, telling him that my needs aren't being met this way. He then either says he doesn't know what to say, or he keeps saying that he feels like he smells and that he would need a shower first. But he doesn't do that. We have been dating for almost a year now and have been living together for most of the time as well. I moved in pretty quickly because I had a housing problem at the time and it was just convenient. In the beginning we did have sex, although not a lot, but it decreased pretty quickly in the first few months. Last night I tried again while we were watching TV. I was caressing him for quite some time in various places. I then asked him to come here, as in come closer, to which he replied, "I am here already." So I asked again, "Come closer?" And then he was coming closer but moaning about being uncomfortable. Not much later I went to bed and then he follows me because he notices quite easily when something is wrong. He then starts working on me with his hands. After he finished me off, I started crying because he hadn't really touched me in months. Not in a way that I could truly feel it. He said he was sorry that he doesn't always show his love. It felt nice, but I couldn't help but think that he only did it out of guilt, because he is afraid I will leave him. I feel like this is just a continuous cycle in which he only does the bare minimum to keep me around. But I don't feel truly loved. I was hoping anyone could give me some advice here. Edit. I think I should add some info here. Last night when he finished me off I wanted to touch him, but he then told me I should go to sleep. It definitely felt like he was just not into me touching him there. Also, a couple of weeks back we had a huge fight after me telling him why I'm not happy. I didn't believe him when he said he doesn't want to do it because he thinks he smells. He wasn't very responsive. He always looks upset and doesn't know what to say when I express negative emotions. If he did respond, it was in a defensive way. I was at that point very upset and packing my stuff because I thought it would be better if I'd leave. At that point he started crying saying he doesn't want me to leave. It was late at night, so I decided to stay. But we never really resolved anything. And if I don't bring it up with him, nothing will happen/change. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There are many interesting stories ahead of you.